Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 32 of coloring Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I see that I want to fix my camera first, so I did a little other coloring in between, so I had to sort of get the camera. So let's just find the ideal place for the book first. So last time I was gonna only do that, but got that in too. Although I might want to change it a little bit, like darker, but for now I'm gonna just set my sights on these last four. This is probably gonna be mostly the same colors, which I'm gonna have to look up because again, that's something else. But purples, of course, purples. Now I have a few that I put back upside down in the tins, so that should save me some time. I'm grabbing the Delft blue. Let's just move this a little bit while I still can. So that will be the Delft blue. And I have two other blues lying around here, which have nothing to do with this coloring. So just put those away. So I'm going to get started with the Delft blue just a little bit. I might need another purple, but let's just start with the Delft purple. So I'm just going to keep calling it that. So that blob I drew in, so that's good. I mean, again, that whole complete copy thing, that's not going to work. That's not going to happen. It's just, I don't know. I probably could do that. It's just, that is going to take so much more time. And I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to do every page that I color in this book for a color along, because that would just, it takes forever. But I mean, for those who are watching and coloring along and having fun with that, I mean, do let me know. I mean, chances are I'm going to do it again, but that would maybe motivate me to do it faster, because I have so many books that I like. Such a mess. All right. Brownish beige. Beige. So happy that I didn't really use a lot of pencils on my in-between project, so that now I can still get them pretty quick. And this is the light beige. I do remember using, of course, probably that dark sepia. Can never really go without. Still have that lying around, that's good. Also have a red, which I don't use. Yellows, I'm not using those. Because I actually did a little Mother's Day coloring in between everything. Warm gray 3, I'm feeling it. I feel like it's there. And it was upside down. Might as well just sort of name these, so that, you know, if I do randomly switch colors, then you already know what it is I'm using. Do have a few others, but I do forget to mention it sometimes. So I feel like it's kind of going into blue. It's like there's a warmth over there, and this kind of starts feeling cold, which usually means some blue. I think I should go for dark indigo, because I can always go lighter on that. And maybe that very unpronounceable blue. Of course. Let's see how badly I can fail. Indanthrene blue? Yeah. 2, 4, 7. Yeah. Indanthrene blue. Yeah, alright, so 2, 4, 7. That is even worse than Play-Doh. So blues are evil. So we are starting with that evil blue. 247. Why? I mean, Faber-Castell, if you're watching, can I please like get in touch with the person who came up with this name? I mean, why didn't you change it? Why did you put this on there? Is that like for fun? Or, I mean, I get it. You don't make your pencils so people could be pronouncing what it is, but what if we want to? All right, I had a bit of an argument with my sharpener there, so I had to use the old-fashioned handheld one, and I'm still not too happy with the point, and my hands are now in three blue. All right, that's going to be the last time I try. All right, let's just see if that point kind of holds, because I feel like that point might be, I don't know. Every now and then you just have a pencil that is just not doing what you want it to do. Just breaks. I could just have dropped it, or no. I do remember my cat stepping into the tin at some point. That was interesting, which is also why he is no longer welcome here. Because he'll just waltz all over my pencils. Alright, so I don't know. I'm kind of done with that blue. I want to get this indigo in the darker spots. I actually checked my storage before coming in. Kind of forgot that earlier. Again, on the kind of in-between video, that Mother's Day thing. So I was actually in this room. I was about ready to start, and I was like, wait, can I? Alright, now last time, I think I got sky blue for something. There was like, right there. It's like I couldn't figure out the color, so I got this. So I feel like this is that blue feeling. I got the black at the ready, because for some reason I always end up making things black. So I'll just do that. Did actually remember to put my phone on airplane mode. So that's kind of the good thing when you almost forget one thing, you start wondering, what else did I forget? Oh yeah, airplane mode. I mean, not that a lot of things go wrong when I don't do that, but well, I will be having no notifications now, that is for sure. Now I do think that, you know, if this goes smooth, we might end up doing some roses as well. But first I gotta figure out what the colors really are. Once I do that, I can go into smooth colorings, kind of what happened there as well. I need to shower after this. I mean, just, wow! Just clean that off, because this is just gonna end up, looks like I strangled a Smurf. I remember telling myself I only have to do this. Wow! Alright, gotta check that timer now though, because that's not going to be very helpful. Because I had to just sort of get that Smurf off my hands. Don't strangle Smurfs. I'm not sure why I even said that. Why would you strangle a Smurf? Oh, hello, car. Now this I'm gonna have to be careful, because there is like that rocky thing vibe going on, but it's sort of subtle. And that, so let's just go to my problem here. Can you see that? Yeah, sort of. So that little dent has got to be that. Then we have a little bit. So I feel like that is actually going to be my bottom part. This is going to give me something to focus on. This is the dark sepia, by the way, because I might have forgotten to mention that. Because, you know, I am chaotic. Alright, there's something here. This is not going to show up because we're going up to here. So, well, then there still is something there. Just kind of fans out a bit. Basically, I'll just be drawing in my own blobs. I think that this, yeah, it could use a blob, but there's also a little dot there. So just here, it's blobbed in. And so there's a thingy here, and then there's like another tiny sandwich kind of shape going on. I'm getting good at drawing sandwiches now. If I do say so myself. Because that does help when you have to draw things in. You kind of tell yourself what the shape is. Like it looks like a sandwich. For me, that is really helpful. I don't know what a sandwich looks like. Who doesn't? We all know what a sandwich looks like. Right, so this is so confusing though, because my page stops at a different point than the reference does. So also want to sort of give the heads up because I actually had trouble with my editor earlier, which actually made it that it took me 12 hours to figure out how I could save a video, which normally just was press save, and now I had to sort of wiggle my way through all the menus and settings and whatnot. And well, it took me a while, but it happened once, so that means it could happen again. So this video might actually not even be online in time, but if it is, then just want to let people know that the next one, you know, there might be a delay. And that's not because I didn't get started on coloring, or because that's just because my program is kind of like, nope, you're not doing this, not today. So yeah, if that happens, then you know, I hereby apologize for that. Again, I will definitely try to get everything online every other day, because it's sort of the schedule now. Kind of getting used to it. Just why I kind of want to stick with it, or to it, or something with sticking it. Stick it. I want to stick it. Whatever. Probably said something really wrong there. Oh well. I'll be first. Let's see. Weird things all the time. Alright, so this was my little sandwich. Going here, there was a thingy going up. I don't know. Bloppiness. It kind of looks like it could be the same thing-ish. Just I feel like I should just grab black, or yes, grab black, start shading. No, grab brown, or well, dark sepia. Because there is also a little bit of, yeah, there's a wash of things, and if I do this, go over that with a lighter color. And that lighter color is going to pick this up and kind of move it around as well. Or, you know, blend. And if I do that with the black, then it'll be picking up the black and spreading that all over the page. That is not what I'm after, so that's why I'll be using this. Even though I initially thought I'd be using black, but I think I don't really need a whole lot of black. Alright, so that, I kind of move out of the screen. I think that's that, which kind of corresponds with that, because that rock is that. So there's just one rock here. Sort of. I mean, it's not really rocks. It's like slices of stone, like thin slices. That's not really clarifying it, but it's just that they are not really, they don't appear to be, well, thick rocks. Neither does that, but I colored it like that anyways. All right, so that is that. Then we have a little thingy there. And that's about it. There's still something here. Oh, sirens again. I know I did say fire department, police, hospital. It's all very close. So, well, I did say it. If something happens, I'm gonna hear it. So it's not like a lot of things happen. It's just, it's their starting point. So it's not like I live in a neighborhood where houses are on fire and ambulances are always needed, and, well, police. So, I don't know, break-ins, stabbings, just cars crashing into each other. I don't know. Why do you need police? Wouldn't it be a lovely world if you just wouldn't need police? The existence of it? I don't know where that random thought came from. Alright, so this is, yeah, I don't know. There's a purple vibe in there. Where did my purples go? I'm just gonna leave that one because I'm not sure. That color-wise looks way different. These three kind of look the same. So, indigo. So I feel like if I do these all three at the same time, then individually it's going to be slower. But, you know, for the entire page, I think it's going to be faster. If you catch my drift. Purples. Yes, I was going to go into purples. Pretty sure I want to get the mauve. Why can't I just be normal? Why can't I just say the mauve? But in the mauve. Right. No, I grabbed the Delft purple. I keep doing that too. It's like, this is not blue. Again. Faber-Castell, if you're watching, your Delft blue, it's just purple. Delft blue is supposed to be blue. Just saying. I mean, I love the purple. It's just nitpicky. Yeah, mauve. Ooh. I actually said mauve without being a dork about it. I mean, in their defense, they didn't put these names on them with the idea that someone would be trying to just pronounce them, I think. It's just a way to identify. I do say I like the fact that there are names. Because, I mean, just numbers. I mean, it's fun, and they'll show which is which as well, but... What the hell was that? Oh, well. If it's followed by sirens, then something bad just happened. Oh, I don't hear any screaming or yelling, so... It's never a dull moment. And I would say that, like, that would make my coloring chats rather interesting, but might make people worry, like, what kind of neighborhood do you live in? Well, interesting things do happen here, but not that interesting. Wow, that's a lie. I should stop talking about my neighborhood. It's actually a fun neighborhood. I think I said that in another video. There's just people are people, and we have fun people and we have less fun people, and you will find both types in pretty much every neighborhood. Some more than others, but yeah, generally speaking, it's mostly fun people though. It's the kind of neighborhood where if you need something, just ask your neighbors. And if the neighbors that you're asking, they can't help, then they know a neighbor who can. And I just love that system. And here we actually have a saying. It's better to have a good neighbor than like a faraway friend. Because you can have good friends, but yeah, if they live nowhere near you, then sure, if you need them, then give them a call. But it might take them forever to actually get to you. So there's a certain value to neighbors, especially good ones. And in this neighborhood, we got each other's backs. I remember before actually moving out of my parents' house, you know, that whole, the neighbors coming by for some sugar or salt or whatever. I always thought that was like bull. I was like, that doesn't really happen. Well, I have been giving quite a few neighbors some sugar and salt. I think at some point it was even coffee creamer. And I mean, I'm okay with that too. I do not discourage neighbors to ask for help. I do usually get entertained when like a new neighbor kind of adds to that group. Like a neighbor who hasn't asked for help yet. And then someone told them, yeah, you know, maybe you should check with her. She might be able to help. So then they kind of carefully ask a question. And you're like, oh, yeah, sure, I could do that. And then they kind of look at you like, wait, did you just say yes? Yeah? So, do you still want my help or not? Kind of shows what the world is becoming as well. Someone asks for help and you actually have to convince them that you really said yes. Like, is it such a weird thing then? I mean, it's usually normal things. I had a neighbor that just needed to transport some things, but she didn't have a car. She just asked me. And it was also like something kind of heavy, so I was like, yeah, no problem. And I'm the kind of person that also thinks like, if I don't want to do it, then I'll be like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling that. Or you could just come up with something BS. Like, I don't know. Just a reason why I don't have to do it. I believe that, no is just a very simple answer, and you don't really need a reason. I always find that entertaining. People always go, yeah, I'm busy. I am really the type of person that if I don't want to do it, like you ask me to come over or you ask me for help, and if I just don't feel like it, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't feel like it. Because that's an answer too. I mean, people have that. People are these creatures that just don't feel like doing something and then they don't do it. So I'd say that's a legit answer, right? But generally speaking, I don't know, I like helping people. I mean, I sometimes need help too, and it's just great that when you ask someone, and they help you, and then things get done. Isn't it just, yeah. I can get so excited over simple little things, really, because that's really what it is. And someone asked for maybe 30 minutes of my time to help them out, but it makes their entire day. So why not? And again, I like thinking about me. So when I help people out, I know it's going to make me feel good. I don't know what that is. I'm just so aware of that. Like people doing volunteer work. And someone actually said, like, I do that because, it really makes me feel good. I was like, right. So essentially, you're doing it for you. And I got the strangest look. Like, what? Well, that's my motivation. I volunteer at, well, lately is a lot less, but a lot of things got cancelled too, and blah blah blah. We all know the years, well, how the last 2 have been mostly. But yeah, before that, I would do that quite a lot actually, because I don't know, makes me feel good. And then other people are like, "That's amazing that you do that," and I'm like, "What? It makes me feel good. Why wouldn't I?" So I don't really see it like doing it for someone else, which kind of comes across as weird, but I don't know. Someone else is helped by it, so I guess that makes it okay. But I guess when you think about it, you are doing it for you. Oh, there's black here too. What is that? Is that still... yeah, the ground here is debatable, but this little thing is black? But yeah, when I do some charity work, volunteer work, what do we call it? Because I want to, because it makes me feel good, then I will be more excited too. So my work will probably be better as well. Right, so that is the sticky out of that. That's probably not how you say it. You do now. Alright, so that I'm just gonna not touch. But yeah, I have been told that, I have a different view of things. Not necessarily in a bad way, but I don't know. There's a lot of ways to look at a thing, I think. It's like a problem. One problem often has more than one solution. A lot of things in life have different ways to tackle them. And apparently, I've become kind of good at helping other people because I want to. I've been told, like, that's a weird way of thinking, or I've even been told that was the wrong way of thinking, and I just look at them and I'm like, what? But with that thinking, a lot of people did get help. So, what's wrong with it? It's just different. But honestly, for all the other people, they wouldn't be doing it if they didn't feel like it. Guess my problem is just that I'm admitting it. It's the same, I guess, with this. I enjoy the coloring. Now, people actually have asked if I have videos, which back then I didn't. But I was getting the question so many times that, you know where I ended up. I ended up making videos. So I hope it's kind of helpful. But clearly, if I didn't feel like making any coloring videos, then I wouldn't be doing that. Alright, so the sides are done. We were going to go into that. I don't know, I feel like the brown is a bit overkill, but I've used it everywhere else. So I might as well keep doing that. I should probably go over it with some gray though. Yeah, that looks very flat. I'm just gonna use my, yeah, I can use this. There's a little bit of red purpley on there, but there's red purpley on everything in this page, so if I do end up smudging a little bit, I'm just gonna smudge on purpose now. I said I was gonna leave that one, so I'm gonna do that. And figure out the colors. I think I'm gonna need a gray. You're right, it was a very cool, cold gray. Now, I found these grays to be very cool and cold. So I think dark gray. Dark gray, yeah. Come here, 007. So that's that one. It doesn't have a very sharp point, but I'm just gonna washy wash, so it doesn't really, oh, I don't care. I was gonna say it doesn't matter, but it sort of does. I'm just getting, I don't know. I feel like I'm using the side of the pencil anyway, so. I mean, the general rule is to, well, I guess sharpen as often as possible. Because you want a good point. A good point is, yeah, that's what's going to make coloring work. If you don't work with a sharp point, then, you know, it might show up. But then again, what is a sharp point? Because I've had sharpeners that were supposed to give a very sharp point, and I was so disappointed by them. Yeah, I just went there. That was no pun intended, but it ended up there anyways. So this seems to be going in the right direction color-wise. So I'm going to focus on these little rockies first, which I used some silver gray for, I think, which is light gray. Did I use light gray? Yeah, I did, but I want, what's this, silver gray? I mean, I'm not sure I'm going to actually put it in there, but I know I used it to make the colors pop. I'm just going to probably go light beige and ash gray. That looks interesting. The other one come out weird as well. Nah, this one kind of looks okay. Alright, so let's just start with, yeah, I'm going to sharpen this too in case I need it. This is the beige. I guess the reason why I'm actually going for a bigger area this time, because I mean I'm all over the page now, that is that I'm holding it, I'm using it kind of rule. I just think that getting these little rocks to look like little rocks, that'll help me get, well, started on everything else. I do feel I don't want to go too dark on this. Well, too precise, I should say. Because, I mean, the color kind of, in the reference, is way different. And I just feel like I don't want it to be way different. I want it to match the surrounding area. Because for me, I feel like the shading should be somewhat similar. I don't really see a reason why it should be so different here. And you know, my page, my rules. It just has to make sense, really. If I can make it look like it belongs in here, then I'm good. Alright, this was the little sandwich. And then for some reason I have a blob in front of that, which does not belong, but that is a sandwich, isn't it? Yeah, and then there was just something dark. And if there wasn't, then there is now. I just feel like I want to make everything very balanced. I mean, I don't see why this one should be very different from that one. And I mean, I get that because it's with the light, but the rest kind of should be the same-ish. It's kind of weird having the camera back in its normal position. Not being afraid to actually get my head in the frame, which I was for that thing that I did in between, the in-between thingy, the Mother's Day page. Because the camera was like way higher, so that actually gives me room to get my head stuck in frame. That's what I thought I was doing. It never really happened, but once it gets on your mind, it stays there. All right, light beige. So once you convinced yourself, well, keep thinking about it. Don't think of a pink elephant. I guess that's why we, as human beings, are so good at worrying about things. I mean, animals, or, well, I hate that terminology, but like, my cats, for example, something happens, they just look at me like, oh well. It seems like they just flip a switch and continue their day. They stop worrying about it. Unless, of course, it's an empty food bowl, or their favorite sleeping place is messy, or there's, I don't know, when it's like cat problems, yeah, they can make a big deal out of that. But other than that, they just make the best of it. Like, I have two, and they both have like a favorite spot to sleep. But then every now and then they kind of switch it up, and then I have one of them kind of looking at me, but like, what am I supposed to do? He's in my spot, and he does that for a little bit, and then he kind of just looks around the room and just is like, all right, I'll sleep somewhere else. You know, problem solved. Don't worry. That's a human thing. I think we overthink. How many times have I said think just to prove my point? We overthink things a lot. I know I do. Alright, now I'm just going to go to the ash gray. I feel like if I get these rocks good, then everything else is going to be easier. I mean, kind of started with the rocks here, and now these rocks actually, I feel like they sort of look like they're already drawn in. They weren't. Alright. What does that smell? Something's smelling funny. Probably. I don't know what that is. The room has been cooking in the sunlight all day. So I'll probably have some molten art supplies somewhere. Could be. Smells art supply-y. Huh. probably not these pencils. I've used this color many, many times before, so that's not it. There's the fact that I had to disassemble and reassemble the sharpener. I don't know. Something is interesting here. All right. Everyone needed to know that, apparently. Black, yes. But I'm gonna go for this one, because this one has a better point. Because I'm just gonna make sure that these are there to stay. Because it really helped doing that before, just drawing it in. And looking back on some of the things I did there, it kind of looks like they have been there all along. That's kind of what we want. We want it to look natural. Well, I do, anyways. What kind of blob is that even? I mean, it's supposed to stop way sooner, but oh well. This is my page and my blobs. My blobs, my rules. Yeah, I suppose I could get them identical, but is there really a need to do that? We all kind of get the point now. There is, ooh, that one turned out pretty good. And there's rocks. And no two rocks are the same. So if I guess if it looks kind of messy, then that's good. All right, so I had that sandwich over here, which is now a sort of not so sandwich. It's not so sandwich anymore. Is that a thing? It is. Well, it is a thing now. All right. And we had that. This was done with it, I think, with the dark sepia. So this should get me here. I've actually already set my mind. I now know what the next one is going to be, by the way, which is not going to be from this book. I might do like an announcement thingy or a preview, or I don't know, because it's not going to be from this book, but I don't want to be the person that forces everyone to buy my favorite book. I mean, I will name the book that you can find it in, for sure, because that seems like the nice thing to do as well. But I think for a lot of them, I'll be using freebie pages, which of course I will share on my Facebook group. The Mother's Day one is on there as well. And I like the style of this. I feel like it definitely fits with what other things that I did. It's just like happy, friendly, floral. Yeah, I like a lot of different things. But I don't know. I mean, of course, I already have quite a few books. I mean, again, I'm not a hoarder or collector or what are we going to call it, but I do have a few coloring books. But might be just the books that my viewers don't have. So yeah, for starters, I'll probably just pick pages that are freebies mostly. Then if people want to color along, you can just do that. I mean, you need to join the Facebook group to get to the pages. Or, I don't know, you could probably search the internet as well. It's whatever you prefer, really. Although, I would like it if you join that Facebook group. And again, link will be in the description. be a nice way for me to kind of, well, for me, I think it's an efficient way to just see what people want, maybe. I could use other groups for that. I feel so weird asking there, you know? I'd rather just have a place where I can ask my viewers. I guess more open questions. I can use the other Facebook groups, but I don't know. This feels kind of stalky to me. Makes you feel a little dirty to be promoting yourself there or something. All right, so it needs more purple, and I feel, because I feel a lot, I want to use that 138. It's just violet. Go away, neighbors. This is going to be the point where YouTube is going to go, you are using music. No, I'm not. I am not using this. Wow. Well, again, that kind of neighborhood. No, it stopped. That's good. Would be just my luck if they're playing a song of someone who hates coloring or something. And I'll be like, no, take your video down. Yeah, but this is part 32. People need it. Huh. This is still the window closed, by the way. Summer is, well, summer is here. Summer is coming. It's not winter this time. It's summer. So yeah, at some point I might actually have to get that window open. So that means everyone outside, my neighbors, everyone could just color along then, for sure. That would be funny. Then I'm kind of done coloring. I kind of look up my window and there's like neighbors with tables in my driveway, just coloring along. But yeah, as soon as that window opens, it's gonna be terrible. That, or I'm just gonna have to keep it short because this room is gonna be something else. All right, now this needs to be darker. Been looking at it for a while, but sepia. So this is just the sepia, the Pablo sepia. Just kind of hoping I can change it a bit. That I like. Oh, that purple did something good there. But it would just kind of be unlucky if I'm gonna have to like mute half the video because my neighbors are playing music. Huh. I'm not even sure how that stuff is kind of done because I'm not the one forcing it on. It's like my neighbors are, yeah. Should look into that. That would be interesting. Might actually mean I cannot do anything in the summer. Because really, it gets loud here. I feel like we could. I'm gonna try with this one. This one kind of looks further along than the others, so I'm just gonna be a little bit more persistent with the purple. I feel like I want to go for beige. Which, yes, which is this? Yeah, because I have already mentioned, you know, I don't do voiceovers. So everything I say, I really say during the coloring. I think that's just, you know, it's also a bit like, what is the idea of me coloring? And I don't know, I think it's most comfortable when it's kind of like that, we're sitting around the same table kind of vibe. Alright, now it's very different from that one, but I feel like that's okay. I'm gonna go back into that black though. I need those lines. This is definitely not black, is it? This looks more black. Now that sandwich is kind of gone already, so I'll just make it a blob. It's a good thing about rocks, you can't really go wrong, can you? I mean, the shading, you can get that wrong, but the shape of a rock really is like clouds, kind of. They look like whatever you see. I like this. I mean, so this one looks a lot different from that one, but kind of does over here as well. Color-wise, it's not quite it, but I don't know. I feel kind of good about it. Move that a little further. Yeah, because that one is lighter. And then all of a sudden it becomes so dark, which so is mine. Alright. Again, no pun intended, but I feel like I'm on the right track. I had that silver gray though. I feel like I could, if I add that to these rocks here too, I might make it a little more connected. I don't know. I feel like I should stop touching that though. It went well. Now, judging by my timer, I don't think we're going to be getting to the roses. This, by the way, is the beige. I don't know, I have been battling my sharpener for a bit, so I am aware that my timer is going to be off from the actual time. There's just no way around that. This is dark sepia. Because it doesn't matter how the rocks look, it doesn't matter where the shadow goes. I just want to go into this one as well, because I mean, color-wise they are the same. So I think that keeping this video a bit shorter is actually smart, because I already was having a little bit of trouble saving, but for some reason it just didn't want to save. It kind of like got started, and then at 95% it just stopped, which is so annoying, because to get to 95%, that already I don't know, that took a while. Saving these can be, it's time consuming, because they're rather long, and of course that makes them rather large files as well. So maybe if I just keep it kind of short, then at least I can save it. That is kind of the theory now. And if I can save it, then I can upload it. This is kind of the goal right now then. Because if I upload it, then, well, you can now listen to me talk about how I'm having trouble with that. I mean, the last time it was the foot that kind of made it that maybe I wouldn't be able to keep up, but and this is something I really have no control over, it seems. Now, again, I am looking into buying a new phone. But, you know, I was kind of preferring to wait for like an interesting deal or that. I mean, my phone still kind of works, so I don't think it's the phone problem, but it might be because it's a bit old and editing does require a bit. What's nice though is that this phone and this camera are still good, which means I can maybe also get different angles. That's kind of nice. And I did have an old phone that I could have used, but actually gave that away. That was actually because the camera was kind of okay. And they didn't have a camera, so... And I wasn't using that phone anymore, so I was like, well, here you go. Just use this. I mean, they didn't really accept it. Kind of like, all right, we'll use it, but it will always be your phone. All right, whatever. Kind of like, if you ever want it back. It's like, well, okay, if that's the only condition with which you will take it, then sure, it's still mine. Whatever. And otherwise, these phones just end up somewhere in a drawer anyways. That is... I should talk about phones a little more, I guess. I like where this is going. Now, I do have one old phone that actually like crashed, but it's so bad that I can't really start it up anymore. So I guess that's not smart to be using that. Oh, I passed 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 minutes here. So editing me is gonna find out how long I have been arguing with my sharpener. Again, so I guess that means that my sharpener doesn't like pencils that kind of have, I don't know, we're just going to call them injuries. Pencils with injuries. Or maybe just a fragile core. And I'm not saying fragile as in soft pencil, but, you know, maybe with some break lines or, I don't know, just small injuries. I mean, for some people, their coloring supplies are like their babies. So, yeah, injuries for pencils, why not? This was, I could say dark gray, but this is 007. So, what kind of license does this have? What kind of, do you have any special skills? That's just, I should stop talking. Is this one of my weirdest ones yet? I'm quite sure. I'm sure I said some profound things here and there. Maybe. Did I? Alright, so this kind of is the same but different. I could ask for topics to talk about, but you're not going to comment. And again, I kind of want to create that we're sitting at the same table kind of vibe, even though I'm not at a table. I'm at a desk in my coloring closet. You get the idea. It would be awesome if you could actually do that. Create like an online coloring table where you'll just kind of sit and chat. Well, I mean, technically, that's where my Facebook group does come along, but now it just sounds like I'm mega promoting that. I kind of am, though. Because, I mean, feedback-wise, I'm not really getting a whole lot. So, alright, that is the 138. 138. And I also want to get that mauve, because it's a rather good one. Purple-wise, because it's going to be like a dark bit here. Yeah, I mean, I get it. If you're coloring along and you kind of want to keep quiet, then, I mean, that's okay too. I'm not forcing you to comment, and it really would help. Any feedback, period, that always helps. I mean, it helps to know what can be improved, but I mean, it also helps to know what's already going very right. You know, strengths and weaknesses is always good to know those. I could be doing something that I think, like, this is really what I should be doing, and I don't know, maybe you're watching and like, I really wish she would just stop doing that. But yeah, I don't know about that. I do know people have found the like button. So for everyone who has been clicking like buttons, thank you very, very much. I mean, I kind of take that as feedback too. It is very much appreciated. Of course, it helps me too to kind of keep going because I mean, people like it, so that's good. I feel like that's good. Into beige. Speaking of like buttons, if you like this video or my coloring or me, or you like buttons, or you like the effort that goes into, if you like something here, then please click that like button. It's, again, very much appreciated. And if you like what I'm doing here a lot, or if you're just curious as to what I'm up to next, do not forget to subscribe. And this is taking forever, but that Mother's Day one I did, even though it was smaller than this, I think, but not by a lot. It's actually, I think the real-time version was like 4 to 5 hours total. So yeah, I'm not always this slow, not always this nitpicky either. Sometimes coloring is just about the coloring. This page for me was all about the challenge. I feel like I should probably add a little bit of that blue in there too. Yeah. So yeah, this page is it's really all about the challenge. Not like other things I did were, well, easy per se, but I do feel that this is on a different level quite a bit. But I'll be doing simpler ones as well. It's more the color and don't think kind of pages. With this one, you kind of want to keep your head in the game, which is probably explaining why my conversations are all over the place, because I'm really not focusing on that. I'm mostly focusing on this. Alright, we are not getting into the roses. I am not quite sure of that. I mean, my timer, I always kind of take 1 hour and then I decide, because that kind of gives me an idea. It's like I have two options now. I can just keep going. I'm going to do that little corner because I feel like I can just make that, and it's the side of the track, so it's just black. But I feel like just to make sure that I get this video up and to make sure that people, well, know that I'm having issues with the uploads, I probably should just call it quits soon. I mean, this bit is going to be a lot of drawing, so yeah, I mean, just to make sure that I can actually get this online, so that you get that message that I have like a bit of an issue with my upload program. You know, if I can't save it, I can't upload it. So if I stop now, then I'm pretty sure I can still save it. So then the viewer knows that if in 2 days there's no upload, it's not because I don't want to, it's because my phone won't allow me to. So, and it was a lot of work, sorta. It looks very different though, but it does over here too. I mean, over here, is it like the lights? But all of a sudden it goes like dark and kind of stays that way. So I do feel like it sort of is. I mean, this one needs more of a purple feel. So yeah, I said I was going to do that one as well, but I just want to make sure that I can upload it. So then next time it would be that one. And oh, the roses, of course the roses. And they look so lovely. So it could be, and again, I'm going to leave that. It's starting to look more and more fun. Just that little paper wheelbarrow. I mean, I will color it, of course, I'll probably color it last. Because I just like the way that looks. Like that little paper wheelbarrow. With its shiny paper diamonds or gems. Or, no, it could be, no. I don't know, it could be gummy bears. It's a wheelbarrow full of gummy bears. It could be. But I'm just leaving it for now, because I find that fun. I actually posted on Instagram once that I colored the entire thing and left one thing, and it just looks so surreal or something. And I like this. I'm going to leave this one for last, just because I kind of like the way it looks now. So the last part is going to be this. The next part is going to be, well, I mean, I could say I'm going to do this too. But color-wise, it's different. And there is things going on. So this is the part where I'm afraid that I'm going to go, oh, that's easy. I'm going to just do that. And then run out of time, and then I might not be able to save. So right now, and I really want to, but my head is kind of on, I want to save it. Because if I cannot save it, then, well, then I will still be not in time. But then you wouldn't know about it. So, I mean, now you kind of know. So, yeah, I mean, I would prefer to continue. But, I mean, next time, this and roses should be fun. And I'm also going to look into what that is. Because I can't really figure it out, so I might have to Google this one again, like the entire painting, and see what is going on over here. Because if I know what's going on over here, then I can understand what this is. Because it just seems like is it a beam? Is it a broom leaning against a wall? Or, I don't know, I just can't quite seem to figure out what's going on there. So I'll just look into that too. I'll let you know what I find. So yeah, for now, I mean, I'm really sorry, but I just really want to get this saved so that I didn't do it for nothing. And try to solve the problem, hopefully. So for now, this will be it. Next time, that last area, and I'm thinking the roses, I was kind of already on that now, and then we have the fun things left. So yeah, this is it for now. So for now, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope someone is coloring along too, but yeah. Also, hope you're going to be there for the next part, which is going to be 33. We still age while we color. And thank you very much for watching. And have a good one.